Hello, everyone, and welcome back. So we're looking at a review of exponents. And so let's jump right into this question. It says, simplify the following. Write the answers with positive exponents. So when we're answering, if we have a negative exponent, we need to re-represent this as a positive exponent. So let's have a look at this first one over here. It says 4xy to the power of -2. Recognize that this -2 is right on top of this y and not applied to everything else. And so just need to keep in mind that that is only applied to the y. But this -3 exponent we can see is applied to the entire bracket. And so if I were to use power of a product, I would need to apply this to every single one of the products. And so over here would be 4 to the power of -3, x to the power of -3, and y to the power of, keep in mind with the y, we have power of a power, so we need to multiply those two. And we're going to get a positive 6. Now, remember, when we talk about negative exponents, it's really important to recognize that a negative exponent could be reciprocated and then written as a positive. And so because they want us to write them as positive exponents, then I need to rewrite this as 1 over 4 to the power of positive 3 multiplied by, and I'm going to show you something like, yes, I could reciprocate each individual one, but I could just reciprocate everything at the same time. Y to the power of 6, that's positive, could stay up here. And then 4 to the power of 3, -3 could come down here as a positive. X to the power of 3 could also come down here as a positive, and that's pretty much it. Okay? All right, let's do the next one together. So the next one says that you have, again, this -2 applied to this entire bracket. Now, I'm going to show you a trick, which we could have applied to the other one as well, but it's okay. We'll just apply it to this one, to this question. So we could have done it here, but it's okay. There are different ways of approaching things. So over here, I'm going to flip what's inside. All right. Now, you know how negative exponents reciprocate whatever it's being raised to. So over here, for instance, 4 to the power of -3, the 4 has to reciprocate and then become positive. Now over here, in this case, we can see that this -2 is applied to the entire numerator as well as the entire denominator. And so it will reciprocate the entire numerator and it will also reciprocate the entire denominator. Okay, so let's do that together. So over here, the numerator will go to the bottom, the denominator will come on top, and I'm going to have a positive exponent. So I'm going to have y, 4 to y to the power of -2, all to the power of +2, because I've reciprocated already. And I'm going to just give each of them their own, right? Like, you know how I'm giving it to the bottom and I'm giving it to the top. Now, if I gave it to the top, it reciprocates the top, it goes to the bottom, so it becomes 3x cubed all to the power of a +2. And when I applied it to the bottom, it brought it on top and became +2 as well, right? So let's simplify further. So now I apply this 2 to every single one inside. So over here I have power of a quotient, right? We have a division and it's being a power of it. Now for each individual one of these, I have power of a power. You can also see it as power of a product. There are two things that are happening over here, right? Power of two things being multiplied, as well as power of an already existing power over here, as well as over here. And so there are two things that are happening. So I apply this power of a 2 to both of them, and I end up getting 4 to the power of 2 and y to the power of -2 to the power of 2. And so we can write this as y to the power of, these two multiply and it becomes -4 all over 3 to the power of 2, x to the power of 6. Okay. And so now we can see that this is a negative exponent, and so that needs to reciprocate as well. And so this 4 to the power of 2 we can simplify, and then we'll take the y to the bottom. So 4 to the power of 2, this is simply going to be 16. Y to the power of -4 will go to the bottom, so we'll take that over here, become a +4. And then we'll worry about the bottom stuff as well. So it'll become 3 to the power of 2. Let's just bring it to the bottom on the side. 3 to the power of 2, well, that's 9. X to the power of 6, this is positive, so it can stay. Okay? And so we can leave it like this. This is pretty much its simplest form. There's nothing I can simplify here, but I am recognizing since we simplified over here, because they told us to simplify, we forgot in the first one to simplify that 4. So we had y to the power of 6 all over 4 to the power of 3. 4 to the power of 3, that's 4 times 4, which is 16. 16 times 4 is 64. X to the power of 3. Okay? And that's pretty much it. Please don't be tempted to cancel these ones. You know, please don't be tempted to go, oh, that's quotient law. I can go 6 minus 3. No, please don't be tempted to do that because they're very different bases. The base has to be the same if I'm going to use that law, okay? All right, everyone. So that's it for this question. I hope that helped, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.